Okay, now welcome to module 4 video lesson 2, and we are into the 4th week of this training course program. Now in the previous lesson we learned how to receive payments, and I pointed out that in this lesson I'm going to show you one more thing on receiving payments, and then after that we are going to learn how to transfer our funds from undeposited funds to any banking account of our choice. So let's do it. First of all right, let's just do it. Let's go to the payment, receive payment, and let's pick one of our customer, like this customer, and let's say this customer wants to clear the kitchen remodeling, right? So just click kitchen remodeling, and QuickBooks will automatically apply the total amount here. We mentioned that if you don't specify the amount being paid for whatever open invoice you pick here, QuickBooks will apply the total amount. Of course, I want to clear the total amount, so just leave it as it is for this message. Just click OK. What QuickBooks is doing here is just alerting me that now that I didn't specify here, the set preference is if I pick any given open invoice on the payment screen and I don't specify the amount being paid, QuickBooks is going to apply the total amount, and we are okay with that. So just click yes. Now, so QuickBooks is going to clear actually this amount. It's going to indicate that we have received the total amount for this open invoice here. Now QuickBooks will also notify you that this customer has discounts available. To apply discounts, click discount and credits. Remember we set special terms to this customer, and that was 2%, 10 net 30, which basically means if this customer, let's just go right here to the discount and credits. Let me show you. Click right there. So this is the term right here. QuickBooks can remember the term, and 2%, 10 net 30, which basically means this invoice, the invoice that you send to this customer, is due within 30 days. And if the customer pays the first 10 days, then he is going to receive a 2% discount. So QuickBooks can remember that. You might not be able to remember this, but your system will remember. That's why this system is so important in your business. It will remind you some of those things that you cannot remember. It will be able to track everything. So it's reminding us to give these customers special terms, and yes, we set up the special terms, so we'll have to honor the agreement. It will even recalculate for you the 20% of the payment this customer is making, which is basically 1,292.32 cents. So that is the discount this customer is going to enjoy, because the customer is paying 10 days, within 10 days of receiving the invoice. So everything here seems okay. Customer, the name of the customer, the number, invoice number, it's invoice number 5, and the amount due, this is the total amount, the discount used, rather the discount this customer is going to receive, it's indicated there, and that is it. So let's apply this discount. Now, discount account. First of all, discount class. This is a remodeling job which lies under the class of construction, right? And the discount account. Now you need to have an account that is associated with this discount. Currently we don't have any, so we are going to create that account because we don't have a discount account here. Now note that, and this is very important, we're giving a discount here, so it's going to be an expense to our business. So you're going to create a discount account, and then you're going to create that discount account as an expense, right? We don't have any discount account right here, so we're going to create one. Remember how we mentioned before that you can always create more accounts as things evolve in your business. You don't have to know everything right from the start. As you do transact, as you run your business, you're gonna have to add more more accounts depending on what is it that you need and what is it that you don't need. So let's create a new account. Go to click new, and then we're good to call this account discount. So I'm gonna click right here. Good to call it a discount. Right now, this discount account is going to be an expense because it expense on our side. So discount, I'll click right here that I'm going to pick expense. There you go. It's not a sub account of anything, so just leave it, and then we can describe it if we want on the option or description, and we can say special terms, or we can call it prompt payment discount. Prompt payment discount. Okay, just describing our discount, the one that we give when a customer pay promptly, and that is it. So click save and close. And there you go. It's going to be accorded a number D, which stands for discount, and then this amount is going to reflect on this discount, and then you click done. There you go. So that is how you set it up. You can set discount account, and that is how you allocate or accord discounts to your customer based on your terms. So what you notice now here, the total applied changes. Initially it was 14,616. Now that you've applied the discount, this total will change. Okay, and when you click save, since this customer had paid this amount, then any extra amount will be put on the customer's credit, and that means just to show you, so you can notice here, is this the, just a minute, yeah, so this is the discount given. So that extra amount or the discount itself, you can refund it back to the customer, right? So click save and close. There you go. So that is it. That is how you handle discounts and how you apply discounts to your customer. Now, I want us now to transfer our money from, or to record our payments. Okay, we need to record our payments. Now, to record our payments, you come right here. You just follow the chart. You come right here, record deposits, right? So you'll be able to see the amount that has been deposited. And in this window, you notice view payment method type. You can view your payment based on the methods used. You can see payment method here. There's cash, there's check, there's M-Pesa. If I want to view all the M-Pesa payments, you just click here and pick M-Pesa. Let's see, where are you? Cash and check. Yeah, let's see other. You have not received any payment on this. Okay, let's see whether we have. Sure, all types. I think we should pick it from here. Payment method. Okay. Let's see. Payment by cash and check. You can see all the cash payment and the check payment. We can view payment by American Express and all that. Now, then credit card, you have not received any payment of this type. To deposit in this currency, click OK. And so QuickBooks did not bring up our M-Pesa payment since we created it. It's not custom built. So pick all payments. You can see all your payments. And now you want to pick the payment you want to record, whose deposit you want to record. If you don't want to record all of them, then we can pick just the first one. assuming this is the one that we want to record, and then you click OK. Once you click OK, you can pick the bank account where you want to deposit the funds. Remember, we are transferring those funds from undeposited account, or rather undeposited funds, and we are taking this amount of money to the account that we want. So QuickBooks asks you deposit to which bank account you want to deposit. I'm gonna click here and let's say we want to deposit this money to Kenya Commercial Bank. Right, did you know you can select a default? We don't want to make Kenya Commercial Bank a default, but you can make it a default such that all the payment, anytime you want to transfer them from undeposited funds, they will go to Kenya Commercial Bank. But that is not our interest right now. So I'm going to click OK, and then you indicate the date when you made the transfer, and then the memo, this is just a deposit. Currency. Now you can pick the currency, the form of currency in which this payment was done. By default, it was done using Kenyan shillings. And that is it. So what you notice here is we are moving funds from an deposited account. This is a cash payment. Okay, payment method, it's cash. Total amount paid is 100,000. If this was a check, then you would see the check number right here. And then you can indicate the class if you want, and you can pick the class. Now, I'm not going to do that because right now I didn't check what form of service or product I have at, so I'm not going to pick the class because I don't know exactly whether it's IT or whether it's construction. So that is it. Now down here you see to get cash back from this deposit, enter the amount below. Indicate the account where you want this money to go, such as petty cash and all that. Now, when you've received your payments, they have gone to undeposited funds, and now you want to transfer them, those funds from undeposited funds, to your major bank account. You might want to keep something back, maybe for daily use or for whichever reasons, okay, or to make a certain payment. So to do that, you need to come here, cashback goes to, and pick the account that is associated. And let's say we want to keep something for daily use. So we want to keep something on the petty cash account. So you can scroll here and look for petty cash account. If you don't have a petty cash account, you are going to create it. And what do we have here? We don't have a petty cash account, and we can create that. So if you want to split this amount of money and take some of it to a different account before you transfer the whole amount, then you can do that here. Just come to cashback goes to, you click here, you pick where it goes. Let's say we split it. We have some amount going to commercial bank, and we have the other amount, maybe 20,000, going to Equity Bank. So I can pick Equity Bank. So this is the money, or this is the bank where I'm going to put some of the cash. And let's say I want to keep 20,000 in the Equity Bank account, maybe for daily operation of the business, and then the rest 80,000 I want to transfer to Kenya Commercial Bank. And then here I can enter a memo, something like daily operation expense. Of course, in real life, you want to make sure this is something very clear. I'm just showing an example, but you want to make sure that what you enter here, it's very clear and very understandable. So in our case, just saying daily operation expense. Of course, we need to be more specific than that, but for the purposes of learning, that's what you're going to use. And then that is it. So click save and close. And what is going to happen is QuickBooks is going to make a split. It's going to deposit 20,000 on Equity Bank, and the rest 80,000 is going to be deposited at Kenya Commercial Bank. You can already see here 80,000 is what being deposited. That's the fund that's being transferred to Kenya Commercial Bank. 20 goes right here, Equity Bank. Then you click save and close, and there you go. That is how you do it. Now, before we wrap up this lesson, I'm going to point out a mistake that most people make. Most people, when they receive payment and they want to record that payment, instead of coming or going to record the deposit and pick the payment here, okay, do this, pick the right payment and click OK, and then enter the bank, the amount, the date, the deposit, and then save and close. Most people, or some people, let's cancel this. No, some people will come direct here. Where is that? They will go direct to check register. They want to manually enter that amount they have received right here. So click right there, and let's pick, we are using Kenya Commercial Bank. Click OK. You notice that our payment is indicated right here, okay, in our check register. We have the date, we have the account, it was deposit, and this one shows that we split the amount. This was a deposit, we split the amount, and then the amount that was entered into the Kenya Commercial Bank, this is the amount, right? And then just shows the date, the account, and the memo. This was a payment that you received and it was deposited. Now, some people will, let me close this one, rather than follow this process and come through record deposit, some people choose to go right direct to check register, and they will pick the bank, and then they will click OK. Then they will try to enter the amount here, which we can do that. We can just come here and click, just enter our amount. Let's see. Okay, let's see how possible that is. All right. Let's go to deposit. All right. There's certain cases whereby someone will just come directly here and try to enter the amount here they have received. Try to figure out why that is not working. So let me just close this. Let's try it again. Go direct to check register. We are doing this at Kenya Commercial Bank. Okay, and let's see whether we can enter that amount direct. We go to deposit, and then we enter the amount being deposited, right? So we've received some payment, and we come here right here and we enter them manually. Now that's a big mistake, because while you can enter the amount, let's say we've received 5,000 or 50,000, you can enter the amount, and yes, you can indicate it's a payment, but when it comes here, which account you want to associate that with, it's going to be very tricky. Okay, if you pick let's say if you pick income, which is what most people are likely to do. Let's see, I can see income account. All right, if you pick income account, then you're going to have trouble, because the income account, you already entered that transaction, the income account, when we were writing the invoice. So you're gonna have, when you do that, that means you're going to double your income actually, because we already have some amount in the income account. When we are doing the invoice, that amount reflected there. Now if you go to, some people will go to account receivable. Let's see whether we can see that. Again, if you do that, that's still another mistake, because you cannot have that money going to accounts receivable. Where is that account? They'll come here and pick account receivable. Again, that will result to double entry, and you're going to be doubling your income. So don't go manually to check register and try to enter any amount that you receive. Okay, the best and the professional practice, let's close it. The professional practice is go to record deposit. When you receive payment, don't come here and try to go to your bank account and then you record it directly. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go through the record deposit, and then you'll be able to transfer your funds. You'll be able to record your payments in the check register. So don't do that. Don't come here and enter it manually. That's a big mistake. So it's a payment that you've received, follow through, come to record deposit, then be able to do that. Let's record one more deposit and then move on. So let's pick this one, and that's it. We click OK. We want to record that one. We don't want to have any cash back going anywhere. We are recording the entire amount. You notice for the memo, this is a check payment, and you can see the check number that you entered here. Payment methods check, the amount is indicated there, and then you just save and close. So that's how you transfer your funds from undeposited funds. Then you take that money to the account of your choice. Now, let me show you one more thing before we wrap up this lesson. Let's say you, as an owner of the business, you've decided to pump money into your business. That money to put into your business, you need to record that amount. Let's say if you put some cash to your bank account for the purposes of boosting your business, you need to record that amount in the check register. So how do you do that? That is not payment. So you cannot come here and click record deposit. Okay, you can't do that. That's not a payment. It's money that you want to pump into your business. You put that money into your bank account to boost your business. So what you do, you come right here. That's the only time you're allowed to go direct to check register and enter that amount. So just come and click check register. Putting that money in Kenya Commercial Bank. Then I'll click OK. Then I can do it here. You notice the other deposit you've made, it's indicated right here. So now I have this amount that I want to pump into my business. So I'm going to enter it manually on my check register. So let's say I deposit how much? Let's say 50,000. Okay, I'm going to deposit 50,000. This is not a payment. I can call this capital, right? It's just money I'm putting into my business. I can call it capital. All right, and then let's see which is the right account. Now this field contains an invalid character. Okay, let's see where there is that invalid. Okay, let's just do with that. I'll come right here. Now this, we need to enter the associated account here. Just a minute. Yeah, we need to enter the associated account here. You remember how we talked about owner's contribution, and you said that's the money that the owner can put into the business to boost the business. That is the account that we need to associate with this amount. So I'm going to look for contributions. I'll click right there. So this money, it's actually not transfer. So this money is money that I am putting into this. Just a minute. Okay. Type transfer. Just a minute. Okay. So let's see. The memo will be capital. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm putting money into my business, right? This is correct something here. This is owner's contribution. Sorry, let's look for owner's contribution. It's not a payment. Just a minute. All right, let's see what's wrong here. Type number, and it's payment. It's not a payment. Capital transfer. Okay, so this is owner's contribution. We are contributing money, or I'm contributing cash to my business. So the associated account here is owner's contribution. Money is coming from this account and it's going to the cash check register so that it's reflected. So this money I've put into the business, not a payment that someone has done. It's just money that I'm pumping into my business. It's not a deposit, so you can call it capital, okay, or even capital boost, or whichever amount you want to show up there, and then I can just click record. Right, so that is it. When I cancel this, I'm not going to record this one, so let's clear this. All right, let's clear this amount. Let's see, just a minute, correct something here. Okay, let's clear this amount. So that is it. We don't want to record this. What I wanted to point out is the fact that if you receive payment, don't come direct to your check register, then enter that payment. The only time you can do that is when you contribute some amount into your business, then you can enter that one manually. But if it's payment, follow the right channel and the right procedure. So I'm going to close this one, and there you go. So that is it. That is how you record deposits. Now, what I want you to do is, remember how in the previous lesson we received, or I told you to receive several payments? What I want you to do right now is, I want you to transfer those payments using the right process by going to record deposits and then pick your payments and transfer them from your account and deposited funds to the Kenya Commercial Bank, right? So that you get good at transferring funds. And then once you've done that, I want you to go back again to receive payment and receive any other payment for any other open invoice that you might have. Then transfer all that money to your bank account by going to record deposits and then record all that amount. Practice splitting your amount, putting some away and then depositing the other. Make sure you really get good at that. And then in the next lesson, we are going to shift gears to something totally new. Now, before we wrap up, notice that the amount we put into equity account when we split, you can see the amount, and what is in the Kenya Commercial Bank, you can see it. right? So we've shifted the funds from undeposited funds to our account. So that's how you do it. Now, before we wrap up, let's switch back, or rather let's activate or turn on preference. Let's turn on this this payment. Let's turn on this feature. We had turned it off, you remember, in the previous lesson. So let's turn it on, and then you click OK, and QuickBooks must close. Click OK, and then QuickBooks should close. Just close right there. I'll say yes, and then I am going to turn on or load the program again. So I want you to do a good practice on what you've done, or what you've done in this lesson. Be able to receive payments, be able to transfer funds from your undeposited account to your specific bank account. Make sure you get good at splitting funds at the time of a transfer. You can split your amount, put some in a different account and the other amount in a different account. So get good at that, because that's very, very important. And then in the next lesson, we're going to dive into something totally different, because we are done with receiving payments. We're going to take things to the next level. So make sure you do a very good practice, and then I'm going to see you in the next lesson as we take things to the next level. Until then, do a good practice on what